Hi, I'm Katie and I'm from Edinburgh.
Hi, I'm Scott and I'm from the Midlands. Hi, I'm Robbie, I'm from London and we're all first year lawyers at St Catherine's.
It's 9:45, it's a Monday morning, we're about to go to lectures.
Let's go. Hey, we're just on the way to lectures. I'm just going to grab some breakfast at Smiley's, the best sandwich shop in the world, because it's cheap and they do great paninis.
So Scott, are you doing any rowing today?
I'm going to try and get a boat out on the river at some point, yeah. The end of term, like kind of rowing season finished last week, but we're still doing like some outings here and there.
Robbie, what college sport do you do?
Yeah, no, I do rugby, which is why I had the rugby dinner last night. We're playing a bit of squash as well, but not really, not on a competitive level, but it's nice to get some exercise in.
Yeah. Do you find plenty of time to do sport as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the academic side of it is quite a heavy workload, but I mean, that's why we're at Cambridge, so got to expect that. But
yeah, most people manage to do a couple of other things as well as work.
I mean, you'll hopefully see today that our life isn't just about law.
Yeah. So how often do we have lectures?
Every day.
Every day. Not on weekends like some others though, so it's all fine.
We're not scientists, so we don't have Saturday morning lectures.
No, actually in comparison to some subjects we don't have that much contact time. So we have 2 lectures a day, today, tomorrow and Wednesday. And then on Thursday and Friday we only have 1 lecture a day.
First term we had a few more.
Yeah, we have slightly less this term probably because more focus on individual work, but
and then next term's the same, we lose even more lectures next term and it goes down to more of a bare schedule.
Yeah, because obviously next term is exam term, so
scary.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Go.
So this morning we have a constitutional lecture and a torts lecture.
Constitutional law is about how power is controlled in any country. So like
quite political.
Yeah, it's about politics, kind of like mixture of politics and like human rights and that sort of thing's really interesting. It talks about laws about
civil wrongs,
people,
things like negligence.
Yeah. People hurting each other and but not in a criminal way. So it's like,
quite interesting because you don't know much about that before you come to kind of come to like a law school. Once you're here, you find out that there's so much more than just criminal law. Yeah. Which is quite good to learn about. It's really interesting as well. So
yeah. So we've got 2 hours of lectures. You can join us in there. We'll show you a bit of that. They're an hour each, so
not too bad.
Yeah.
Don't fall asleep.
No.
It's good. Should we go?
I've just found Sarah Beth, she's come into the faculty, she's a 3rd year lawyer at CATS and she's my college grandma.
So family ties
Family time. So yeah, we all get a mum and a dad who like kind of look after you, they're in the year above you, and then they equally had a mum and dad in the 3rd year. So we have like quite a college bond you get. So like Katie's my sister, she's the one filming at the moment, and this is my college grandma.
What lectures do you have today? Yeah, we're
Labour and EU.
Exciting. 3, gosh. That's what happens when you get into 3rd year.
In the afternoon.
Oh, fine. Great. Thank you for speaking to us. Enjoy.
Finally, again on the tone of the article, Baroness Hale, in her speech, returned to this. She said that the Wall Street Journal is not a newspaper with an interest in publishing sensational information. It is a gravely serious paper. Indeed, some might find it seriously dull. We need more such serious journalism in this country, and defamation law should encourage rather than discourage it. Now, Lord Justice Sedley has commented on this in a later case and said, surely Baroness Hale cannot have meant that the Reynolds defence is a prize for bland journalism. So this is the difficulty, I think, in focusing on the tone. Is it sensational? Is it does tend to say, well, if you're a very boring paper like the Wall Street Journal, you can rely on the defence, but if you're the Sun or the News of the World, RIP, then you can't.
Anyway, Rosemary West argued that hostile, very hostile, pre-trial press coverage had prejudiced the trial. So the newspapers were things like, House of Horrors and, the evil couple. So you can imagine, they're pretty lurid headlines.
Great.
Okay, so we've just come out of lectures, we had talks in Constitutional this morning, and we're just waiting for Robbie. As you can see, the faculty's quite a bit more busy now, because people are going into lectures. And now we're going to take the scenic route home so you can see a bit more of Cambridge and some of the colleges.
How were your lectures today?
Yeah, they were really good. Our Constitutional lecture was really interesting. We were doing about where newspapers are allowed to publish and whether that's contempt of court if they're talking about trials while they're happening. That's really interesting. And in talk we were talking about how you can get damages for defaming someone or libeling someone. So publishing untrue statements about them or saying things that would decrease the reputation of someone.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then obviously we were doing about the Millie Dowler trials and about Leveson and all the things that are really relevant at the moment that we hear about in the news every day, and then we come and study it here. So yeah, it's really interesting.
So we're about to go inside the Square Law Library. It's a really good place to work. We don't work there as much because college library is so familiar to us, but it's really great if you want a bit of a change of scene. You can generally be quite productive here. It's really light. There's like the whole side of the building is open, so it's really nice.
And there's pretty much any book you could ever imagine.
Any book you could ever want for law is here. It's another beautiful day in Cambridge. I feel like I'm at home with the snow. This is unusual, but hopefully it'll lie and make all the colleges look really pretty.
So 10 minutes later and the snow's completely stopped, so the sun's come out. It's a lovely day again.
Classic Cambridge fashion, the weather is up and down.
Yeah.
But we're just going to have a wander past the University Library now so you can see it. It's one of the only copyright libraries in the country. I think it's only 3.
So what does a copyright library mean?
It means that it's got a copy of every book ever published in the UK.
Which is pretty cool.
Which is pretty damn cool.
Cool.
Hey, so here's the UL. Absolutely massive. Loads of researchers and academics from around the world come and use this place, so you kind of bump into the strange people that you've seen off the TV doing academic shows. That's quite cool. But yeah, so it's normally really busy, but it's absolutely beautiful inside. A really old, what you kind of think of as a Cambridge library.
Yeah. Should we head back to college?
Yeah, let's head back to college. Ready?
So this is Clare College.
Really
As you can
beautiful.
see, it's quite a nice little courtyard.
It's really nice to come through different colleges, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like you get to see really good architecture and stuff.
Here we have probably a group of 6th formers.
Big group of 6th formers.
And Clare
That's one
College.
thing you definitely need to get used to in Cambridge. Lots of tourists and lots of school groups. There's a thing a lot.
Yeah.
We do lots of access work, so through colleges you generally get a lot of 6th formers coming around that you get to take for lunch and show places and stuff, which is really nice.
So I run here quite a lot. It's really great actually, Cambridge, for running. Lots of people go jogging to take time out of studying.
Yeah.
It's a fast way to get good exercise, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful, especially in the sunshine. It's kind of sunny now.
It's quite nice actually now, isn't it?
Yeah, we're liking
nice sunny
it. So
day.
yeah.
We also have a college gym in terms of exercise, which is
I use that
pretty
quite a
handy.
lot.
Yeah.
You do as well, don't you?
Yeah, no, it's quite good just to. I don't know, if you've got a long essay to do or something, you can sort of take half an hour out in the gym and sort of de-stress, which is good.
Yeah. Most colleges have college gyms.
Yeah.
So yeah, generally that's a nice place to kind of go for a break in the evening.
And here we have the back of King's, which is pretty scenic, especially in the sun.
And then
Is there any punters out?
Yeah, there's one. Oh, there's one up there. There's one up there.
There's a punt down there as well. Punting is something that you can get up to in Cambridge.
So, bumps.
That was smooth.
Bumps is like the most famous like rowing saga. So yeah, bumps is basically you have series of 17 boats racing down a course, all at 1.5 boat lengths apart, and the point of it is for you to crash your boat into the person with the boat, the college of the boat in front of you. So,
hence the name Bumps.
Yeah, so it's over 4 days. Yeah,
It's a really good social occasion for everyone else who doesn't row. So the whole college will go down and cheer on their college, which is really fun.
Yeah.
That's when you see the collegiate sort of.
Yeah, the college system's pretty cool.
Really good fun. I love walking this way. We should do it more often.
Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it? Here's King's Chapel. Very nice place to live next to.
And we're just going to go grab some lunch after lectures in Hall, which is what.
How often do we go to Hall for lunch?
Most days, yeah. It's really reasonably priced, and it's also it's good to see everyone because everyone has just come back from lectures and see everyone's had a day going before everyone cracks down to do some work and go off to supervisions. So that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go to Hall, get some work done, go to supervision, and then see what happens after that.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Are you looking forward to your supervision, Katie?
Yeah, I am, but I need to print all these pages off, which is always a bit stressful. But I like supervision. Originally they were quite intimidating experiences because in school you never really had the opportunity to talk with academics in the way that we do. But now, yeah, they're really good. All our supervisors are really nice. There's a lot of work for them, but as long as you get it done.
And it's always good to have like an academic chat with the person who's writing your exam and writing the textbook that people all around the country are using.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely get the leaders in their field here, as cheesy as that sounds.
Robbie, what do you like about supervisions?
I like the fact that you can talk about stuff that you haven't understood.
Yeah,
usually with the person that's either written a textbook or relevant articles that you've had to read, which is pretty cool. And you wouldn't get that at a lot of academic institutions, so that's a bit of a bonus. And yeah, just sort of make sure that you've understood that what you've been studying. It is good because it keeps you in check and makes sure that you do the work.
It challenges you as well. They always ask really challenging questions.
Yeah, usually when you go in, you think you know the topic, and turns out you might have missed something. It's small, like maybe a small detail, might be something a bit more big. But either way, they're usually quite understanding if you've done the work. As long as you've done the work, then they will be happy to help.
It's cool as well. We get to go to different colleges.
Understandably, we get to go to different colleges. Our supervision today is at Jesus College, which is a cycle right away.
Now I'm ready. The file is ready.
Good.
We're ready to talk about criminal law. It's going to be great. Okay, so it's 5 minutes until our supervision. We've cycled to Jesus. We are now here. So we'll make our way to Dr. Stark's room and get on with our supervision.
Well, if we just start off then by defining self-defense. So can anyone give me a definition of self-defense in one sentence, please?
One sentence.
One sentence.
Use the use of reasonable force to defend oneself in circumstances when someone's using force against you.
Yeah. So when someone is using force against us, what do we say about our force in return?
It has to be reasonable.
It has to be reasonable and also
necessary.
Necessary, absolutely. So if we want to sort of condense that down, we'd say a necessary and proportionate response to a threat. Okay? I mean, they've started to go further now. So that proposal that I gave you, which is about household attacks. So you wake up in the middle of the night and you think someone's in your house. What do the government want you to be able to use in those circumstances?
Force that isn't grossly disproportionate.
So we can use disproportionate force.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of that proposal?
It seems...
might be popular.
It'll be popular among households, but then there's a problem with sort of it infringing the rights of the burglar. If you're allowed to just use any force, that means you can kind of, like, what's to say that you can't sort of kill them if that's not considered grossly, and that's maybe like the issue with the violation of life, kind of the right to life.
Okay, so you're thinking of Fiona Leverick's argument there. Okay, so why does she think English self-defence law is incompatible with Article 2 of the European Convention on Human Rights?
Yep. So we just had our supervision with Dr. Stark.
How did it go?
Yeah, it was good actually. Really well. Clarified quite a lot of things, I think.
Yeah, I thought so.
Some shops, Heifers, it's the bookshop that we all get our books from at the start of term. As you can see, the streets are quite narrow and they're also really busy here on the weekends and stuff. It's quite nice. We finished our Dr. Stark supervision in criminal at Jesus earlier, which these guys both had their supervisions before us. And then yeah, so we've had Hall and eaten, and now we've just come for a drink, just chat through how everyone's been and catch up on the day. And in law essays, written tasks, you get either a conventional essay asking you a question like blah blah blah, discuss.
Is the law relating to negligence good enough?
Yeah, discuss. Or you get a whole convoluted legal issue that you have to solve where you have to apply the law, and it's can be quite difficult at times. Definitely I don't have a personal preference between essays and problem questions, I don't think, depending on the subject really.
I think problem questions are slightly aesthetic and it's more like practical.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, it is sort of like, if you know the law, you can do it.
Yeah. Essays are good.
It's just a question of finding out what the law is.
Think about why the law is like it isn't, whether it should be, so you end up criticising the law, which is good. It's good for your understanding as a law student of why people should criminalise things or why people should be liable to each other. But it's also quite difficult because you're criticising something that's clearly based in good rationale that's just maybe not quite good enough, really.
Yeah. But
it's really satisfying when you get to the end of a problem question and you've managed to dismiss liability and find liability to different things, and you realise the practical applications of the degree you're studying, and that's like obviously really
fulfilling,
ensuring that you're going to be doing a career at the end of this and you can see yourself travelling towards that goal and doing things that you will be doing in practice.